Today, football moves millions. Stadiums are packed, matches are followed from every corner of the world, and clubs like Real Madrid, Manchester United, Bayern Munich, Juventus, and PSG are household names. But all of this global phenomenon began in a very different way, with a group of English clubs meeting in a London tavern to bring order to a chaotic game. In the mid-19th century, football in England was a disorganized game. Each school or club had its own version of the rules. Some allowed the use of hands, others didn't. Some permitted kicking your opponent's legs, others banned it. There was no referee, no universal agreement, and no standard format. That changed on October 26, 1863, when 11 clubs met at the Freemasons' Tavern in London to form the Football Association, FA, the world's first football federation. Their mission, to establish a common set of rules. That day, modern football was born, shortly after the first official rules were published. But not everyone agreed. The Blackheath Club withdrew from the FA because they opposed banning hacking, a violent form of tackling. Despite such disagreements, the rules began to stabilize. In 1871, the FA Cup was created, the first official tournament. In 1888, the FA took another historic step, creating the Football League, the world's first national league. By the late 19th century, the English model of football began to spread beyond Britain's shores. This expansion wasn't planned, but rather a natural result of the United Kingdom's maritime and commercial reach. British sailors were often the first ambassadors of the game, playing informal matches in ports across the Mediterranean and Northern Europe. Curious locals watched, learned, and began to imitate them. British merchants and industrialists also carried the sport with them as they settled in cities across Europe, founding clubs and organizing matches. At the same time, European students who had studied in English schools and universities brought football home, inspired by what they had seen. This is how football first took root in countries like France, the Netherlands, Italy, and Spain. Between 1890 and 1930, nearly every European country laid the foundations for its own footballing identity by establishing national federations and organizing domestic competitions. In Italy, the Federazione Italiana Giuoco Calcio, FIGC, was created in 1898, initially overseeing regional tournaments. But it wasn't until 1929 that the country launched a fully unified national league, the Serie A, bringing together the strongest clubs in a single competition that would define Italian football for generations. Spain followed a similar path. The Real Federación Española de Fútbol, RFEF, was founded in 1909, coordinating cup competitions like the Copa del Rey. Eventually, in 1929, the first season of La Liga kicked off with just 10 clubs, including Real Madrid, FC Barcelona, and Athletic Club, planting the seeds of rivalries that would grow into global spectacles. Though each country followed its own timeline and adapted the English model to fit local culture, geography, and society, the structure of club-based competition and national governance became a common thread. From Milan to Madrid, from Vienna to Amsterdam, football was becoming a shared European language, one spoken in stadiums, on streets, and in the hearts of millions. Unfortunately for the sport, the arrival of World War II had a heavy toll on football across Europe. Many national leagues were suspended or reduced to regional formats. Stadiums were damaged or shut down, and thousands of players left to serve in the armed forces, with many never returning. Yet, even in wartime, football survived in improvised matches, military barracks, and local communities. When peace finally returned, the game came back stronger, becoming a symbol of resilience and a vital part of Europe's emotional and cultural recovery. From scattered clubs in England to national leagues across Europe, football had taken root and grown strong. Despite war and hardship, the game endured, evolving into a shared passion across borders. By the 1950s, Europe was ready for something greater. The birth of the European Cup marked not just a new competition, but the beginning of a united footballing legacy that would shape the future of the sport. If you enjoyed this journey through football's origins, don't forget to leave a like and follow for more. In the next chapter, we dive into the drama and glory of the very first European Cup, and explore how the World Cup brought nations together through the beautiful game.